guys, I just thought I'd share with you a piece of Space Hulk terrain I've built. It's only a basic piece. Just wanted to quickly run through the paint job, the paints I've used, and see what you think. So, well, basically, firstly, I always favour the GW Warhammer Fantasy Battle movement bases that you can buy, because they rarely warp, very easy to cut, and very good for modular systems when you're butting them up against each other. Anyway, I've gone for a simple piece. I've used various bits out of my bits box and the Manufactorum pieces out of the Cities of Death range that they do. Got to give it to GW for that, because they do make some superb scenery. I really do like it a lot. A quick overview of some of the little points I've done on it. Obviously, with it being the Space Hulk, was it Red Steel, have opted for the very rusty look. Just to add a little bit of colour to it, on this sort of like pipeway here, I've done a bit of toxic, sort of like waste coming out of it. Is it focusing? I think it is. And a little bit of OSL on this light that's hanging down, and on the door light as well. And it's simple stuff, but I think it adds to the atmosphere of the model. Okay, so the primary colouring of the model was Vallejo's polyurethane olive drab. I've used a significant amount of that already. Then it was followed by Vallejo Model Air Sandy Brown, and finishing off with Model Air Hemp. For the toxic waste area here, I just used Snot Green and Scorpion Green. The way I did that is I heavily placed down some Snot Green, I mean really thick, and then while it was still wet, got a smaller brush, loaded it up with Scorpion Green, and then just dragged it through. And it gives it sort of like a very oily, let's see if I can get it, oh blimey, I don't know if you guys can see that, but like an oily substance look to it. What else can I mention? Yeah, the whole thing then had a dry brushing of bleached bone over it. It actually gave the details on it, such as the rivets and so forth, a little bit more definition. So that was GW's bleach bone, and I think it looks great. Trying to match up with pretty much with some of the scenery that Hulk Painter Nerd's done. Excellent stuff. Go over to his channel and check those vids out. If you're listening, buddy, do a video response to this one with that vid, so everybody can see what we're talking about. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the way it's come out. And finally on this one, I've done it before actually in other pieces of terrain that I've done. I've added rust by simply watering down GW's Blazing Orange, and I mean heavily watered down, so it's almost like water, slightly orange, and just liberally applied it. Obviously I tend to heavy it around the creases, because that's where you'd have a concentration of rust build up. You can see it more on this door here, where there's actual, I don't know if it's picking it up, but there's sort of like streaks of rust running down the doors, which is a thing you see quite often, and that's literally just dragging the brush down. If sufficient people say they would like to see it, I've got much more of this sort of stuff I've got to build. I will do a tutorial from start to finish regarding the painting side, so like I say, if there's enough of you that actually ask to see it, I'll do one, and hopefully I'll impart a little bit of wisdom on you guys, and it will be a little bit, because I'm nothing special. I've also put a Terminator there just to give you an idea of the size of this piece. It's not a huge piece, it doesn't need to be a huge piece, and I'm really liking it. I love doing scenery, and I'm especially liking doing the Space Hulk scenery, because it just looks awesome, especially this rust colour. I really like it a lot. So yeah, as my first piece to go alongside the ones Hulk Painter Nerd's already done. Still lots more to do though, so I'm looking forward to doing it. So don't forget to let me know, guys, if you want to see how I paint one of these little things up from start to finish. Very cheap to do as well. 15 quid or around there will buy you the Manufactorum set, and you could get at least 5 or 6 pieces of scenery this size out of that set. You would of course have to buy the movement tray, or you can use your own alternatives, but experience has taught me this is the best stuff to use because it just doesn't warp on you. It doesn't matter how much glue or paint you put on it, and too many times in the past I've had bases warp on me, which is seriously annoying. I hate that. So yeah, there you go, guys, my first piece. So don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.